Guys, Kev here, and I'm ready to do my full review on the Benchmade Crooked River. And first, I just want to show you guys, I got this new knife case from Harbor Freight. So if you've seen those cool, like, waterproof cases from Pelican that a lot of people have, with the slots for knives, that are really cool, but they cost a ton of money. I always wanted one, but I wasn't going to spend $100 or $200 on a knife case. I could use that money on a knife. So my buddy Kyle, Jake, buddies Kyle and Jake, D2M Knives and Gear, and Bearded Gear, of course, they told me about Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight has a case called the Apache case, and this is it right here. So I don't know how well you can see this in the video. But it's a really cool case. This is the 3800 version of it, and you can basically cut out how it comes with this full foam pad, and then it has cutouts, so you can pull out whatever you want, and you can make it basically by 1/4 inch sections, whatever you want. So the way I did it was I took out 12 across, and then I have 4 deep, so I have 48 knives I can fit in here. And then the last row, I did a little bit bigger. I did a 3/4 inch section, so I could fit knives like the Chavez here, or my 80-20. And then I kind of just did a big square in the back here. And that's kind of where my Victorinox lives in its pouch here. This is kind of how I initially just set it up. It's a little bit of a pain to kind of initially pluck everything, but once you get it, it's really cool. And it is just like a Pelican case. It's waterproof. I can go ahead and shut it here for you and show you. I don't want to mess with this, kind of lay this down, but so I can shut it just like this and then latch it up. And again, it is the Apache case, and this is the, what did I say, 3800. And this can hold a ton of stuff. I mean, you can even cut it out to, if you look at the picture here, you can even cut it out to like fit a gun or whatever you want. And it's just, I think I paid 40 bucks and I had a coupon. I paid like 36 bucks shipped for this giant case that can hold like 60 plus knives. So I just really wanted to share that with you guys, because I always see these cases from Pelican and stuff, and they're just so expensive. They might be a little nicer somehow, but this is definitely worth the 38 bucks I spent. And I just feel a little more organized about my knives. They're not just laying on a table like they were. I kind of have them organized by row. So the first row are ones that I'm finishing reviews on. The second row is ones I just unboxed. Then I have my own knives. Then I have random gear like flashlights and stuff. So, just a cool case. I just wanted to kind of showcase that real quick. But we are here for the Benchmade Mini Crooked River. I don't know if I said mini earlier. This is the Mini Crooked River. This is the one I got off a Knife Swap. Bought this for $130, and it came with these black G10 handles, the blue backspacer, blue pivot collar. Those are aftermarket. And then I actually have here the original scales that the person sent with. So I do have the original stuff here. And I already sold this knife. So I didn't sell it, I traded it. You guys probably know my good buddy Rodney. He is a huge Crooked River fan. Mini Crooked River fan. Sorry, it's a mouthful. Mini Crooked River fan. And he has a bunch of these. He's the one who really told me, you got to get one of these. And I really like this knife. I like this a lot. I would love to keep this in my collection. Excuse me. But I know I'm not going to carry it. So I hate to say that, but it's just like my bug out. I absolutely adore this bug out that I kind of modded together and customized. And I will never sell this just because of all the work I put into it. And it's one of the first knives I ever bought. But I just don't carry it, rarely ever. And I know having another knife kind of like that, just right now, the way my tastes are, it's just something I'm not going to carry. And I have a family friend who is adding a bathroom for us in our downstairs. We only have one bathroom in this house, which sucks. And it's upstairs. So we're having a brand new bathroom, half bath built in. And he's doing the work for me. And we were talking last night or yesterday in the basement. He was showing me stuff, and he had his flashlight out, and it was this like old, just like metal piece of crap flashlight that barely had any light at all. And I know that Rodney is the flashlight guy. At least to me he is, because he showed me his O-light collection. He has way too many O-lights. He hasn't even like opened them. And a kind of bell went off. I thought maybe I could trade Rodney this knife and get my my friend there a new flashlight, because you know, he's a carpenter, he's a plumber, he does everything, and having a good flashlight is probably important for that. And he probably just hasn't thought about it or cared. But I thought I could get him one kind of as a thank you for doing the work. Obviously we're paying him, but just kind of a thank you. And I think I'm gonna get something nice out of it too, like a cool Olight baton titanium version or something like that. I think it's rare or something, I don't know, but I was hoping to get that, and then I'll get something for my friend there. So that's why I'm trading this. It's not because I don't like it. I really do like it. So that's kind of what's happening. Let me actually get into the review, guys. I'm sorry. So again, this is a Benchmade. It's the Mini Crooked River. It comes in S30V steel. If you saw my unboxing or my first impressions, it's just a really good knife. I definitely see why people love these. They go for about $200 new in the stock configuration. They were dropped around $150 for a little while, I saw. I don't know if that was just some kind of discount or sale they were doing. These are now discontinued. However, they are still in the custom shop. So you can piece one of these together for yourself. But they do get pretty pricey. I think I put one together with 20 CV and carbon fiber, and it was like $280 or something to do that. But people love the Benchmade Custom Shop, and especially this knife on there. So check it out if you're interested. The action on this thing is great. It's Benchmade axis lock action, no detent, flicks out like a dream. There's no tension, so you're not hurting your thumbs at all. You can Spidey flick it. You know, it just drops shut on this one. The action is really dialed in on the close, but there's also very, very minimal blade play, just a little bit. We are perfectly centered. So this one here is just a great example. I know things vary with Benchmade, and I've had the bad ones. My Anthem came just totally jacked up with centering and action. I sent it to them and they fix it, and it's perfect now. So, you know, Benchmade, they have a reputation for QC issues, which I think they've kind of worked on lately, but their warranty is so good. And that's part of what you pay for, you know, that's part of the butterfly tax is the warranty, because they will fix almost anything. And just take care of it for you, and it's mostly free. I've never paid them anything for a repair. I've only paid for clips because I wanted more deep carry clips, which recently, when I was putting this case together, I figured out I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 deep carry bug out clips. I have another one that I put on here. I just have them laying around everywhere, and I don't even have Benchmates. I have the Anthem and the bug out, and then I had this. So it's kind of funny how I've accumulated clips. Anyway, back to the knife. The design is gorgeous. It's just this traditional looking knife, little swoop in the handle, which fits perfectly in your hand. You get this awesome clip point blade. My God, this blade is gorgeous. And honestly, just sitting here looking at it and playing with it, I almost don't want to give it up now, because I did get a really good deal on this. $130 with the aftermarket parts and everything is a steal, in my opinion. So, but I'm going to do the deal because I know I won't carry it. It'll just sit there, and I can always get another one. Rodney has a bunch of them. I'm sure I could pry one out of his hands if I really wanted another one. The backspacer on here, is geared backspacer, is really nice. It kind of feels like jimping on there. You do have a little bit of jimping here on the liners, which is fine. It's comfortable. Again, the ergonomics are just amazing on this knife. It's just so neutral, but it has that little bit of rounding and then this spot for your index finger, and everything just fits really well in your hand. Your thumb lands perfectly up on the blade here, and it's really good for cutting. The edge, I mean, it has this really good flat grind, and it comes to a relatively thin edge. I'd say it's in the teens, mid to high teens, which for Benchmade is really good, and it is extremely sharp, cuts like a dream. The clip point blade is nice. The tip is very nice. You know, the one thing I don't like about a clip point is the tip kind of swoops up, so it's a little harder to get down into things. Kind of reminds me of like a steak knife, which I kind of wish was more like a Warren Cliff, where the point was down, so you could kind of get into packages and stuff, or into your steak. But that's just kind of how knives are designed. Yeah, very useful, very good looking. I love the bolster look on here, the traditional look. It comes with, I think, the longer deep carry clip, if I'm not mistaken, but I swapped this out. So I'll ask Rodney what he wants, and I'll put that on for him. Overall, it's just a really cool knife. I love the satin grind on here. If you saw the podcast that I did on Bearded Gears channel, he has a podcast now. Check it out. It's awesome. But Kyle and I were on there as guests recently, and we had a blast, by the way, so check it out. But we talked about grinds, and this is probably the best looking satin grind in my opinion. I just really prefer this kind of grind. You can see the grind lines in it, but it's also kind of smooth and shiny, where like a Riot knife, here's the Urban EDC Vox F5.5. You can see the grind lines on there, but it has this like chalky layer over it. And I tried explaining it in the podcast, and I'm gonna give up. I don't know what it is. I think it's the grit. So they polished this to a higher grit than they did on this. So some people like one versus the other. I definitely prefer the way Benchmade does it. So that's something to note. But yeah, overall, this is just a fun knife to fidget with. It carries like a dream. The deep carry clip goes to the butt end. It's a classic Benchmade deep carry clip. Goes in pocket easy, comes out easy. Has thumb studs, so there's nothing poking you. It's nice and thin. Just a great knife overall. I really enjoyed having it for the little bit of time that I did have it here. I'm going to go ahead and send this out to Rodney so I can get my buddy a flashlight and get myself a cool flashlight as well. I'm starting to get into lights now. I have 3 or 4 now, so you know how the hobby goes, guys. You just kind of dive in head first and see what happens. One thing I want to note about this knife that's different than other Benchmades I've had is the backspacer screws here, and this is kind of minor, but you see how the screw heads are on this side, and then on this side you just kind of have like a it's almost like the female part to it. That's unusual for Benchmade. So usually they will do, like on the bug out here, you can see they have screws on both sides, right? Right here, right here. The Anthem's not going to have that because it's an integral. But it's usually what you see on Benchmade. So I find it a little odd that they went and did this. I prefer this method, but just something interesting to note. So yeah, that's it, guys. In terms of recommendation, 100% recommend this to a lefty. Absolutely no qualms about it. For a righty, 100% recommend this knife. It's one of the great things about most Benchmade knives is they are 100% ambidextrous. So if you're right-handed or left-handed, you just flip the clip to whichever side, and this knife will serve you well. It is worth what they are charging. I'd say $200 for S30V is a little bit steep. But it's Benchmade, and if you want to spend a little bit more and just get one in the custom shop, you can get 20CV or M4, I think S90V. So, you could piece one together. I will do that at some point when I have a little spare cash. I'd like to build myself a custom Mini Crooked River. That would be really cool. Maybe make like a channel mascot kind of knife. To go along with the Malibu that I have in the logo. So, absolutely love it. Recommend it. I will stop ranting now. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.